Hey, friends! What's going on? Guess who it is? It's Mr. Aaron, and I am so excited to see you again. Hey, guess what? Do we have a good time learning about Jesus? Yup. Do we have fun learning about Jesus? Yup. So guess what? Come and join me and let's go. Today, we are going to be in the book of John, chapter 20. And guess what? Has anyone ever in their life doubted or maybe didn't believe something? Or maybe you heard about some of these stories that I talk about with Jesus and you're like, wonder if that really happened. Well, today, somebody wrote, which is John, wrote this story in this Bible for a reason. So why did he write this story in this Bible for a reason? Because he says this, the purpose of this gospel is this, so that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah and the Son of God, and that by believing, you may have life in His name. He gives you a reason of why He created this gospel in this book. So let's jump into it. Today, we're going to learn about a guy named Thomas. And Thomas didn't believe that Jesus had risen again. And we're going to find out today that Jesus, once again, is going to show up and meet someone where they're at to prove that He is the Messiah. It starts out by saying this, but Thomas, called Twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus had came. So the other disciples were telling them, hey, Thomas, we've seen the Lord. But he, Thomas, said to them, if I don't, and this, I hear sarcasm a little bit when I read this, if I don't see the mark of the nails in His hands, put my finger into the mark of the nails, and put my hand into His side, where they stabbed Him with a sword, which was awful, I will never believe. A week later, His disciples were indoors again. And Thomas this time was with them. Even though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, peace be with you. He's got to say something like that because guess what? If I got all my doors locked in my house and a man just goes right in front of me, by him saying, peace be with you, it's going to give me validation that I shouldn't go, whoa, and scream and run off like, what in the whoa, How crazy is that? Then he, Jesus, right here it gets cool. Then he says to Thomas, put your finger here and look at my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Don't be faithless, but believe. Friends, believe. Thomas responded to Jesus, my Lord and my God. Jesus said, because you have seen me, you have believed. But blessed, hear this, y'all, because this pertains to us nowadays. Blessed are those, you and I, who have not seen and yet believe. Wow. That story right there, as short and small as it is so powerful. Just believe. And sometimes, and it's okay to have difficulties sometimes, be like, man, this is kind of hard to believe. It's okay. But still, you should believe it. Because John even goes on to say what I said at the beginning of this message. The purpose of this story in this book is that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing, you will have life in His name. Believing and have life in His name, what does that mean? That means you pray a prayer, you confess with your mouth, and you believe in your heart that Jesus died and raised again on the third day, and that He is the true King of Kings. That's what that means. That's what that means, friends. Guess what? I love you guys. Today is awesome. It's going to be a great day and a great week. I'm believing and praying for it. Our takeaway today is this. You ready? Believing is seeing. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to see you back next Sunday. Bring a friend. Guess what? Can you do life alone? Oh, come on, I need to hear it. Can you do life alone? No, you can't. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Trust me, you can't do life alone. Be around people like your friends here at church that are on the same journey and growing deeper with Jesus. All right? Love you guys. Can't wait to see you next Sunday.